After we just very recently got the first rumors for a LEGO Minas Tirith set coming in 2026, it seems like it's becoming more and more likely that this rumor is true. We just got some further information about this rumored set, and it's about the minifigures, so this is very exciting to hear. Thanks to EatofXbricks on Instagram and BrickTab, we know about 9 to 10 minifigures from the set, but we don't know if this is the full lineup or just a part of it. Let's waste no time. The first rumored minifigure is Gandalf the White. I think it was pretty obvious that Gandalf would return in this iconic look, and while we already had that look prior to the set, I'm very interested to see how LEGO is gonna improve the older version, at least with some lag printing. The next minifigure is King Aragorn, also a pretty obvious inclusion, and I think it's gonna be a whole new look. We could of course just get a newer version of the old figure from the Black Gate, but I think that would be pretty boring. And I also think it would be very cool to see him with a crown and his king/end of the movie look, when he actually gets crowned to be the king. So I hope that LEGO will do some new molding and some new pieces for this character and release him in this very cool look. According to this news, we're also gonna see a Pippin in the set, which I think has to be him in his Gondorian armor, which is pretty cool. There are some very cute scenes between him and Gandalf and just in general, when he has to fight some orcs. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a very cool look for him, and I'm pretty excited to get him too. Speaking of Gondorian armor, the set is said to include 3 to 4 Gondorian soldiers, which is awesome. We've never got any Gondorian soldiers before, so I guess these news alone are gonna make some fans really excited, and I am one of them. I hope that we're gonna get 4 and hopefully a battle pack in the future. I still don't get why LEGO doesn't release any Lord of the Rings battle packs, as I would think they would sell very, very well, but maybe the set can start a trend. Let's hope for the best. I think the minifigures are gonna look somewhat similar to these custom minifigs that I found online. Some nice armor pieces, or at least printing, a helmet, and I'd hope for a cape, as well as some weapons and the shield with the White Tree of Gondor printed onto it. They would just look amazing. But besides the very exciting news about the Gondorian soldiers, there are some characters included in this rumor, which makes me even more excited. The first of the two is Denethor, and it seems like he's finally making his way into the LEGO Lord of the Rings theme, which is amazing. He's obviously a super important character in the movie, and if these rumors are true, it would fill a pretty significant gap in the LEGO Lord of the Rings minifigure line. I guess he won't be all too special, as his character design is also not that special, but he's probably gonna look somewhat similar to this in-game version from the old LEGO Lord of the Rings video game, which for me personally would be enough. But not only Denethor is rumored to be included, also Faramir is said to get a minifigure in 2026, which is awesome. Finally having the whole family consisting of Boromir, Faramir and Denethor would be amazing, and also pretty logical for both of them to finally get a LEGO minifigure in the set. I think it would once again look pretty similar to the in-game version of the video game, and because of the very high quality of the recent LEGO Lord of the Rings minifigures from other sets, I would expect some detailed printing as well as a cape. Now that were all of the rumored minifigures, which are pretty cool. However, it is a relatively small lineup, considering that the general opinion on the set seems to be that it will be a pretty big release, with lots of pieces and a big price tag. There are no orcs, no Witch King, no Rohan soldiers, King Theoden, Eomer or Eowyn, which is surprising, especially that Witch King, but it could very well be that the leaks are just a part of the lineup and not the total minifigure count of Minas Tirith, so there is still a chance for the Witch King, which I would love to get, and also some of the other characters that I just mentioned. But if it's true and this is the whole lineup, which I don't think it is, this could tell us something about the size, as that would definitely not be a minifigure selection for a $600 to $1,000 set, and more like $500 max, which could mean that Minas Tirith is way smaller than expected, or that LEGO decided to just do a small portion of it, like the throne room and the tree section in front of it, which, yeah, I don't think is a bad idea, but I think the name Minas Tirith itself just creates so much excitement, and I think people would, just like the Death Star, be pretty disappointed if this were just a small section of it. Once again, we don't know anything about that, and I think that this is just a portion of the actual lineup, but I still wanted to mention this, as this is pretty important to consider, and maybe to lower your expectations to not be too disappointed if the set is not gonna be like you expected. But that is gonna be it for this video, and for the most recent news regarding LEGO Lord of the Rings. I'm very hyped about the set, and also about some of the amazing minifigures that we're likely gonna see next year. Feel free to let me hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, I would very much appreciate a like to support the channel. Stay tuned for further LEGO Lord of the Rings rumors. If you're new, please consider subscribing, and if you want to check out more of my videos, you can see them on the end screen right now.